Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and I hope everybody is having a great day today, or a great night, wherever you guys are. Today we're going to be talking about Hedera and Hbar, as you guys are probably all aware of by now, but I want to let you guys know that some exciting things are happening within crypto right now. Yes, I still am expecting a pullback before we do continue higher, but that is healthy, and I want you guys to understand that I don't try to say that to, bring in, negativity or gloom and bloom, whatever. No, it's to tell you guys that, like, hey, listen, you don't need to FOMO in on days where we are up 7%, 10%, 20%. Things will pull back. It is the market after all. This is where, like, I remember where, when we were back here, right? Like, everybody was like, all right, yep, that's it. Like, you can't touch H bar under 10 cents. It's never going under 10 cents again. We'll never see these prices again. All of a sudden, look at, we're back to prices that, even at the current point in time, we're back to prices that we've seen back in, January of 2021. So again, like, please just be cautious about that. We are still very well in a bear market, just to kind of keep you guys leveled. But yeah, I think that the price action definitely has been exciting on HBAR. I think that's been exciting in this entire market. I think that HBAR is trying to catch up to the market currently. Trading volume is up about 55%. We are sitting at almost 8 cents yet again. We are still hitting that resistance point. Just to kind of be cautious with you guys. Again, I'm expecting a nice little retest of this, possibly 7-cent zone, or even technically, if you're going back on the 1 month span, I would actually be, I would be watching this level down here, which was like the 6.5-cent zone yet again. I'm watching that closely. But I definitely have been, accumulating more and more HBAR. Definitely in the NFT scene as well. I think that the NFT scene around Hedera is very exciting, especially for a lot of individuals that do want to have a lucrative way to not only utilize their HBAR, but also have some fun with it. And talking more so about the ecosystem, talking more so about HBAR in general, we do see from SaucerSwap Labs, we have an official announcement. Go live Friday, August 5th. Anyone, with a Hashpack app wallet can swap tokens, provide liquidity, and farm in less than 1 week. Thanks to support from HBAR Foundation, yield farmers will earn both HBAR and sauce. Hello, Hedera DeFi Summer, and this is very exciting. I told you guys time and time again that we have been watching, SaucerSwap Labs closely because DeFi is no joke. I tell you guys all the time, like, DeFi is a very large area to focus on. Huge category within crypto as well. Like, we've talked about DeFi quite a bit in the last, year or so, really kind of putting a streamlined, process on it around, really kind of focusing more so on like financial institutions, banking clients. Like, we're going to most likely see a bridge being built between like the DeFi sector and traditional finance, which we have been seeing a lot through like, assets with like Alliance Block, for an example, right? Alliance Block is a perfect example of, an asset or a project, I should say, that is focusing on bridging DeFi to traditional finance. Again, really kind of putting a streamlined process and a spotlight on the idea on how large DeFi actually will become once we do have proper regulations and proper bridges being built within traditional finance and DeFi. DeFi is here to stay, and it's a very large category to focus on. Also, talking more so about Earthlings Land, which I did talk about in yesterday's video. Shout out to HBAR to the moon, and also shout out to the HBAR Bull. Guys, first off, real quick, I got to take a step back and say this. First off, I do want to apologize to everyone out there that is a fan of the channel, that has subscribed to the channel, that takes the time out to watch the channel. I have noticed in the last few weeks and even few months that I have been slacking. And again, you don't need to comment down in the comments below saying, Nick, you don't need to apologize, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm going to be full on honest with you guys. Like, I have been taking quite a bit of time away from, like, not only research, but also from the YouTube channel to focus on other things that have, at the current moment, taken a little bit of a spotlight from, my main focus point, which is, of course, trying to deliver the best content to you guys. And the reason why I bring this up is because there's so many great YouTubers out there. There's so many great content creators out there as well around, crypto and even HBAR. And I want you guys to go check out the HBAR Bull because he does great, interviews, which you can learn a lot more about, like ecosystem, partners like Earthlings Land, for an example. And I just wanted to let you guys know that, like, going forward, I will be doing a lot more, in-depth, research, in-depth, content on some of these projects. It's just that it's been a very, very busy month. It's been a very, very busy last couple months as well. A lot has happened. So I do just want to say, like, I apologize. I'm sure that you guys are probably aware of this as well, that I have not been delivering the, best content that I possibly can, and that is going to change going forward. So thank you to everybody who has continued to watch the channel, continued to support the channel, and you guys seriously are amazing, and I do appreciate all of you. But here we have, great interview with Earthlings Land, who are building a P2E game on Hedera. They had initially explored other blockchain networks and soon realized it's impossible to build on them. Hedera was programmer friendly with, second to none tech, and was the best DLT of choice. And the reason why I bring this up is not only, like I said, I do think that everybody should go check out this video from the HBAR Bull. It's called Earthlings. Patrick Day, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name, but one world built on Hedera. I think that this is a great area to look into, around like the metaverse and things going forward. Again, like Earthlings has been a project that I have been personally watching for to see many updates from them, more so kind of more in-depth viewpoints on what they are trying to build, because I do think that this is something special. It's kind of very similar to like the AAA games that we are seeing coming out around Hedera, like for an example, Ashfall from Lithos. I'm very excited for this because, again, like the concept art around this is very beautiful. I think that it's a very in-depth. I think that it looks great quality-wise. Like, here's a peek of the ancient cliff city of Jadsia on the Columbia River gorge, with Mount St. Helens and Mount Adams in the background. Sharing is caring. And like, look at how amazing this is. Like, I'm very excited for things like this, launching on Hedera, for an example, because like this is what is going to bring demand for not only like transactional demand, but also like more eyes to the project, which is very exciting. And I do think that Earthlings is also going to be one of those major, players in this game. And remember, right? We've seen the developers around Ashfall actually discuss the fact that like Hedera was their number one choice because it was the only platform that could, not only meet their demands, but also, it has the technology stack to really kind of build a lot of these use cases on that just everybody else within the space is kind of falling behind on, which also solidifies the fact that like Hedera is here to stay. Hedera is going to be a chosen one by many programmers, by many developers, by many projects going forward, just because of the efficiencies around it, which I love to see, because these are very, very high quality projects that I think that a lot of individuals out there should be not only proud of that are on Hedera, but also be very excited about. And also over on the HBAR Foundation, they did say, first we had Patreon, then Block Cameo. Now we have Galaxy App, and yes, Galaxy App is a huge pioneer within the Web3 creator economy, as they are saying down here. But also, it's been one of the projects that I have put a spotlight on for a while on this channel, because we have been waiting so patiently for Galaxy to go live. I think that this is a very special project to look into. Also, yes, this is an AMA with Spencer Dinwiddie and Solo Cize. If you guys want to go check it out, you guys are more than welcome to. From HBAR Foundation, they do have it posted. This is from July 30th. But from Solo Cize himself, which is the CEO and co-founder of Galaxy App, he did say here, people aren't talking about it, but social tokens are going to be critical for influencers and celebrities. Social tokens allow influencers to create their own economies and more directly connect with and monetize their communities. They promote direct P2P value transfer and unlimited freedom. And this goes on and on. Like, this is a huge thread. Of course, they do talk about like monetization through social tokens. Influencers are able to set their own, price on, what their time is worth, which flips the current monetization model on its head. Right now, influencers are 100% reliant on brands to get paid. Sick, right? And funny enough, that's exactly how YouTube works as well. Like, I'm not reliant on YouTube, monetization to, live my day-to-day life. But if I was, I would actually be concerned, simply because it is extremely centralized. Remember, all the ads that get ran on, YouTube are from Google themselves. They outsource all the advertisements from other companies that are all fully centralized. And it's just like a big, sort of advertisement monopoly system that is all ran by, of course, like centralized greed. having the option of influencers having like their own choices around things like this is not only going to give, empowerment to influencers, but it's also going to benefit, individuals that are, not only watching their content, but also interacting with it. This is huge not only for, influencers and celebrities, but also for their fans, which I think is very great. And we actually do see down here, because it makes perfect sense to rely on large centralized entities to redistribute the money they make to the talent. It's not like they're incentivized to create equitable, composition structures or comp structure, sorry, or anything, right? And some of you might say influencers can monetize via brand deals, and if you do say that, you'd be right. The only issue is the influencer market is quite saturated, which has turned all of them into price takers in, inevitable race to the bottom. And the funny thing about this is, and this is not like me trying to, say like, hey, look, I'm different. No. I've actually had quite a bit of projects reach out to me to, promote their brands. And I always decline them simply because like a large portion of them look extremely scammy. It is a thing that a lot of these like influencers on YouTube actually have to rely on brand deals. See, personally, I don't need to. I don't need to, accept these brand deals from these companies that want me to promote their, Tron token or their, NFT project. But if I had to, I think that it would be something like for an example, there's a few YouTubers that I personally like to watch. I like their content, but they cannot monetize because their content is actually turned down. The issue with that is that they are actually very reliant on brand deals. They're very reliant on, their Patreons, for an example, individuals that do support their content. I mean, like, you got to remember that anybody who is watching a channel, for example, you guys watching my channel, you keep the channel going. You keep these people, making this content. You really don't understand how big of a power source the fan base are for these major influencers, these content creators. Like, you guys are the livelihood of these channels. So like, creators are nothing without their audience. And I know that a lot of people are like, oh, I don't care about my audience. That is the worst way to go about things. And that's why I do think that, like, for example, this specific market around like social tokens, Galaxy app, I think that this is a great way to not only give back to, I should say certain content creators that are here for their fans, but it's also a great way to not only take away centralization, fully decentralize the entire creator economy, but also add more, value to the creator economy. I think that this is going to not only put a bigger value on content, but also allow for influencers to really kind of take center stage and build out their audience even more and put more time and effort into it, because again, like, their community is what is going to drive the value behind their content. They're going to be able to make their own pricing. And of course, yes, there will be those, influencers that are extremely greedy on their price points, which again, like, you could just, fully, disregard their content and just kind of, step away from it. But I do think that this is going to be a great way to go about things. And I think that Galaxy app definitely has the right idea and the right motive around this. I think having these decentralized social marketplaces and even social media sites are the way to go. And I do think that going forward, like, Web3 is going to take a major center stage, and it's going to fully disrupt the entire, centralized system that we know about, which is Web2. And it's a huge issue. And talking more so about Web3, we do see over here from Jamie Burke, which is the CEO of OVO HQ. We do see here, so we are accelerating more Web3 startups than anyone on the planet right now. If you are a founder building infrastructure middleware, primitives, or killer dApps, we have an accelerator program for you. And the funny thing about this is that they have a massive, like, DeFi program on a few of these other major, DAOs and also even other projects. But one that they are, in is, of course, the HBAR ecosystem. We do see here, apply to our program committed to the HBAR ecosystem. Outlier X, HBAR Foundation present the Hedera Basecamp Accelerator. Are you considering, or already building on the Hedera Hashgraph? I think that this, which, by the way, we made a video on this, but what I like about this is the projects that they are, looking to focus on. bridging traditional finance and Web3, which we've talked about in terms of like even DeFi. Like traditional finance and Web3 will need to be interconnected, and also DeFi will play a pivotal role within that. I'm very excited to watch a lot of these projects actually come to fruition. Sorry. But we also do see like developing DeFi on Hedera, building privacy and identity management solutions, developing metaverse infrastructure focused on sustainability. Like these are all the things that we want to really look into. And I'm very excited for this. I think that there's a lot of incentives here for a lot of developers and dApps trying to build out on Hedera, and I think that Hedera is the perfect, platform for a lot of these developers, a lot of these use cases, which we have talked about and discussed many times. But we also do see here, what can you expect? $100,000 cash stipend, to help cover your cost, access to Outlier and Hbar's network of Web3 builders, investors, and mentors, and also opportunities to form strategic partnerships with companies in Outlier network, one-to-one tailored sessions with our technical specialists to support design, building, and scaling, an additional 2 months of fundraising support as well. Like this is huge, and I think that this is definitely going to incentivize developers and builders quite a bit, and we are going to see a lot more projects coming to the Hedera ecosystem. So I'm very excited for that, and again, it's all centered around like the Web3 economy, which is also great. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.